Morning all, EBR, Egg Banjo Rider here this morning. I've uploaded a video on YouTube just to take you through the Ugly Brothers bag system which we've got here. Have a look at that on site. Just if you type in Ugly Brothers, go to Egg Banjo Rider's website and you'll be able to see the full review on the quality and the standard of the luggage. What I have got, of course, in terms of carrying on my sports bike, being an owner of GSX R1000R, is two 10-litre Ugly Brothers bags and there's a 30-litre in the top corner, a 20, and the bag I've just showed you is also a 20-litre. What I'm going to do is show you today what they look like with the kit in. I'm going to talk about the kit and equipment that I take when we're touring every year, and hopefully it will be of some use to you guys when you're considering touring, or those who've never toured before. This will be a really good insight to what I pack based on sort of some of the experiences I've had when I've taken far too much kit with me on tour, and there was absolutely no necessity to do just that. So this is quite raw, so just bear with me. Split it into two areas really. So the kit on my left is the sort of bike stuff that I take with me. What's not here are things like your sort of European sockets, and please be aware that in Switzerland they use a very different pin than most European countries, so just make sure you take the right sockets with you so you can do all your chargeables, etc. But all this stuff on the left hand side is your biking wearables or kit that I sort of take on the bike, and there's the luggage system at the top. And what I intend to do is show you all of this kit here with what I normally take on tour to wear. So let's take a look at this kit in a bit of better detail so you can see what I'm talking about. So first of all, if I start on the bike wearables or the kit that I certainly take on the bike with me. So what I have got here is my Reacher waterproofs. Very, very good bit of kit. They cost about 30 quid each, so about 60 quid for the top and the bottoms as well. Fantastic bit of kit, and they've done me really well in sort of really poor weather conditions. I've got my standard sort of RAM Pro mount for the bike itself. I've got my chat mic for my GoPros when they're attached to the helmet, safety locks, ear defenders, earplugs, and obviously something that if I'm putting the bike on sort of soft ground, I can use that to stabilise it. Plug sockets and the bits that you need it to go with that I've just spoke about. Spare bungees and loading straps, can never take enough of those. Here I've also got a multi-tool, a tin of chain oil. Always take a small tin of chain oil with me so I can just oil the chain a couple of times. My puncture repair kit. This kit is really good. It's very well proven, and invariably it cost about 20 quid from Amazon, but it's well worth it. Never used it yet, thankfully. Touch wood, I don't want to use it either. There you go. That specific socket, if you want to take it, will change your tension, your chain as you go through your journey. I cover about 3,000 miles and I still didn't need to tighten the chain, but your choice whether you take it or not. Spare gloves in case you get your hands dirty when you're messing around with your sort of DIY in the morning when you're sort of checking the oil of the chain and checking things are all right for you, ready to go on your journey. First aid kit, obvious. Set of spare gloves, absolutely brilliant, especially the weather can be quite intermittent. You can get 40 degrees heat, then you'll be in the Alps and it will absolutely piss down. So it's essential to take a spare pair of dry gloves with you. I tend to stay in hotels, so for me it's about wet kit, comes off at night time, gets washed. All the smalls will get washed, the t-shirts I ride in will get washed. They'll dry off in the hotel, ready to go the next day. Top tip of the day, minimise your packing. You don't need a lot of kit to go with you. Your day is on the bike. So spare gloves, really, really useful. So please, as a top tip, take those. And I know that we're now out of Europe as such. So all of this certificate of motor insurance, you'll get a green card this year going when you tour. So make sure you speak to your insurance companies for that. Take your original V5 document. Really important you carry that with you, especially if you get stopped by the police. And things that you may get stopped by the police for, apart from speeding, if you're into that, and I suggest you don't do that because you'll get lots of fines, especially in Switzerland. I'm talking thousands of pounds as well. So just make sure you take all your registration documents with you. If you've got loud exhausts, there are some bans of late where you drive through certain roads in Austria with anything above 96 decibels, and that number's on your V5, by the way. If the police stop you and do a sort of on the road test if you felt that you could get your bike impounded. So my suggestion is put your baffles back in, make it as legal as you possibly can. Okay, I also take a spare phone. And again, it's going to be very different this year when we're thinking about data and we're thinking about roaming charges, because we'll get those now that we're not past the EU. This is my camera stuff that I take with me. So that's my GoPro Hero 5. That's my remote control that I stick on the handlebars. Charging units, it's 3 batteries. I tend to take about 6 SD cards with me, 128 gig for each. I use one every sort of 2 to 3 days and make sure I don't wipe it, basically. So it's quite good for when you're sort of touring, getting your pictures, etc. Obviously, the benefit of a fairly good camera is not a bad idea, rather than just using your phone. So I've got a sort of Nikon camera there that cost me a couple £100, and actually it's well worth the money. It takes some great shots and videos. Medication, if you're on medication, take that with you, obviously. Make sure you're fully covered with that. I've got a couple of the microfiber cloths, some spare fuses. I've got some sort of wipes for the visor or glasses, whichever you wear, or your sunglasses as well. Don't forget to take those, they're not here at the moment. Some sort of tablets to make you feel a bit better if you feel a bit crap. Yeah, and I think invariably on the sort of bike front, a lot of that stuff's going to go in your tank bag, which is going to drop onto your bike. Obviously, that's going to be a passport in there. That's not here today. All your insurance documents, your tickets, and anything else that you need that's quite crucial. In there, I normally keep a little bottle of pop, a little bag of sweets, just something that I can pull over, quickly get into if I want to sort of replenish myself and just rehydrate again. So that, guys, is all I tend to take sort of on the bike. And what we'll do is I'll show you all of that configured into a 20-litre bag, which is the top one in the corner there, and 2 10-litre bags here. And I'll put them on the bike and I'll show you what they actually look like. So that's biking gear. Let's look at the other bit of tech that I got with me. Apart from the helmet, so the helmet will have on the front of that, on the chin strap, it will have one of these sort of GoPro mounts. Coming down, I've just recently purchased a TomTom Rider 550 from the Super Sports Bike gadget shop. $2.99, absolute bargain. All my routes are on there, which is fab. And I've also got a drone, so DJI Mavic Air, whatever you want to call it. It's really, really good. Does the follow me functions and all the rest of it. So really useful. My advice is, if you're going to take it, please use it. I took mine to Switzerland, Austria, the Alps, all, you know, last year in between COVID. Used it once. So if you take it, bloody use it, because they're quite bulky and quite heavy as well. So if you've got space, take it with you. If you haven't, it's up to you if you leave it behind. So that's all the sort of bike stuff and some of the tech stuff that I have on the bike. Let's talk about the clothes and what the day-to-day brings. What you've got to appreciate is that you get up in the morning, you'll have a bit of breakfast, all right, you'll be on the bikes after you maintain them. You're riding 8-9 hours a day, potentially, depends on your routing. When you get to your next hotel, you've got a couple of hours where you're going to shower, sort your shizzle out, and you're going to go for something to eat. And for me, that's either a pair of trainers or shoes, a belt, a pair of jeans. I've got 3 t-shirts here, 1, 2, 3. Washing and shaving kit. I've got 2 sweatshirt type jumpers. Yeah, fairly decent, nice ones that you can sort of wear out at night time to go and get something to eat. And again, short sleeve shirts. And maybe you want to consider taking 2 pairs of jeans. I don't. I tend to use one for the couple of hours you're in it at night time. It sometimes just isn't worth it. I've got a tracksuit and a sort of pyjama top t-shirt thingy to knock around in the hotel room at night time. And I've got a number of smalls there, probably about 3 or 4 pairs of socks. And I'll wash them twice, and the same will go with the Grundies as well. And just as a quick bit of advice for comfort on your seats, guys, I also use a pair of cycling shorts, which is really, really beneficial, and will give you some of that comfort as well when you're sat riding on your bikes. Yeah, so that's the kit. I very quickly want to show you what these Ugly Brothers bags look like. So this is one of the bags here, fully ripstop material at the sides. They're no different to the Krieger system. It's got the enclosed zip there that's fully waterproof, and a waterproof socket inside there, a pocket, not a socket, sorry. And all of your right ratchet and restraining points that you need for when you're attaching the bag to your bike. On the back side of it, you've got this webbed area that, you know, stops all of the sort of friction and the traction and this thing slipping off your seat. and all these hook areas here are where the buckle system goes into to join other bags on top of it or beside of it. Very quickly inside, the white bit is the waterproof lining. This is fully removable, so this can all come out. You can quite literally undo the Velcro and just pull that out, and it is fully waterproof. In terms of quality, bags are really very good. A bag like this, in fact the whole bag system I've got, cost me no more than 65 quid. If you're talking Krieger, it will cost you more in Krieger for one of those 10-litre bags. So interestingly, the sort of design is the same as a Krieger system. The quality of the bag is very robust, and again waterproof, and again I'll do more reviews on these as we go along. Well, I hope that was okay, guys. It was just really a quick intro so you can see what I take on tour and looking at some of the bike wearables. Obviously my jacket, I wear a breathable mesh jacket when I go touring in Europe. It is armoured, you know, in the right places. What that does is allow a bit more free air to go into and cool you down a bit. Last year it was about 40 degrees in the end of August going into September, so it was really a good buy, and it's about 120 quid. But yeah, definitely well worth the money, so it's something you can invest in. And again, the luggage is the same, and I'll show you the setup as well as you go through it. Okay guys, let's have a quick look then at what this kit looks like when it's all packed into the relevant bags. See you in a minute. Hi guys, so a different alternative packing solution. I've taken you through on the previous video how to use the two 10-litre ones and a 20-litre bag, which is this one here. Solution now, and give myself loads of space now. What you can see here is you've got the two 10 litres, and this time I'm using a 30-litre bag at the back. On my previous video, you'll see how that fits on the bike. I will join those together so you can see it. And there's the tank bag with all the bits and pieces that I need to sort of go touring with close at hand. So I'm going to unpack all of this so you can see what's actually gone in them, and then you can be informed or uninformed. See what you think. So that's your tank bag. This has got all of my breakdown kit in, all of the essential biking stuff that I need to use. So that's my breakdown kit there. That's my spare gloves. That's my first aid kit. This is my high-vis vest when we're in France. I've got waterproof bottoms, and I've got a waterproof jacket as well. So that is in one of your 10-litre bags there. What's in the other bag? Okay, let's take this one apart as well. So in here I've got your tin of oil, I've got some protective kit, like gloves, I've got something to change to tighten the chain up for me, I've got a spare belt, that should be in the other bag, security, some other webbing straps, a multi-tool, my GoPro kit, a GoPro spare batteries, I've got some Grunder pants in there, I've got my wash shaving kit. So all of that, guys, has gone into the other 10-litre bag. Then of course it's your big one, which is this bag here. This is your 30-litre bag. So there's been quite a lot of kit going in here, and it's nothing different to what I said. So in here then, I've got training shoes, I've got the drone. Yeah, really important we keep that flat. Inside this, what I've done is put in another plastic tub just to give it a bit more rigidity on the side, and it fits in quite nice, probably very snugly. There's your jacket. Okay, you've got your 3 t-shirts, Bosch, your underpants, you've got your jeans, you've got your 2 sweat tops when you're going out for dinner at night time. You've got your tracksuit bottoms and your pyjama tops. You've got 2 more biking t-shirts. You've got the tray it came into. That's the 30-litre, guys. You got a 30 and a 10. That gives you 50 litres. Rather than 40 gives you an extra 10 litres. And actually I've noticed that actually the extra 10 litres works really well. So that will give you an idea of how I put those packages in, all those bits and pieces together. And what I'm going to do is show you now how the whole lot couples together so you get an idea what the bags are like. Thanks. So hi guys, back again. So that's the 30-litre bag with its plastic container in. That's got everything in. That's got the trainers, that's got the drone in there. That's got the jeans, that's got the 3 t-shirts, the 2 riding t-shirts, that's got the washing, shaving bike, it's got everything, spare gloves, hats, fizz, you name it, it's all in there. 10 litre either side. Take you through some of the sort of details on this. The way that it connects, using these very robust metal straps you see there. Okay, and you've got your clip tidy ways there, so you can feed all your webbing straps back underneath it to keep it nice, neat and tidy. These are all clipped on at the top, so you can just unclip if you want to use them. They will then stay attached to the bag as you want to take it off when you go back to your room. No different to this here. All right, as you can see there, that's how the anchor system works, and it works exactly the same underneath as well. There's some loops that these go into on the other side that pull that nice and tight. The reason why these straps are here is so you can then fit that to your straps on your bike. And the next video I will show you this setup with a 30 and 2 10 litres on the bike, so you can just get an idea of what it looks like, and I can show you some of the stability features and all the rest of it. This bit at the front there can be used for locking the two together. There are some hoops on the other end of the bag as well, and on the 20s that you can see here, these same loops apply, so if they're joined at the side you can have a 30 and 2 20s if you want to carry more luggage, but that's the options you've got for it. But that's everything's in there, guys, there's nothing missing. That stuff is going on the bike, yeah. But yeah, looking at these buckles and the quality, absolutely fantastic bit of kit. But what I'll do now is show you how that lot fits onto my Jigsaw Thou. Stay with me. There's your 20, okay, quite padded out now. There's your 10, and there's your 10 there, okay, and there's your tank bag. Hi guys, what we've got here then is the webbing system that sits under your seat itself. If you was to take this off, what you do is these would be 4 individual pieces that you would wrap around something on the frame, a bit secure, feet it, lock it off, and what these do then is the hoops or the hooks go into that when you load your baggage on. So I've brought the bags down from upstairs. I'll let you know that I've carried the whole of this lot by one of the hoops that's on the side of the bag, one hand, absolutely solid, guys. And you can imagine the weight that's in there. But in theory, that drops onto your bike like that, and that will be your setup. And like I said to you before, these straps here will send that around and buckle into the clips that are on the side of the bike. So let's do that. So 4 clips, guys, no different to this, they're all the same, this whole system works like that. So I'm going to just unravel these, we're going to put them into those clips there, they're going to come down and keep this whole luggage system in its place, and I'll show you that when it's finished.
Underneath there, using the buckle, you slip that under like that will then go up and clip in. And then what you're going to do, just have a little bit of tension first, you don't need to do it just yet because obviously you've got to get all the rest of it in place. No different with your next hook there, okay, underneath the bike into its holding position there, again, that comes up over, in between the bags there. And that then clips in. Or just turn that around the other way. That clips in there, that's the only thing then, just kick the bucket behind me. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Very good. That clips in there. Then go with the last one, which is on this other side. Again, extending those clips out. Again, you can feed this around the bag, around your 10 litre, or you can feed it through underneath. I've chosen to feed it underneath. And all you're going to do then is get all those timed on, like that. Just so you've got a full package there. Nice and tight. You've got literally with these guys, you've got to really anchor it down. So hold on to your bag, really get it down so it's nice and tight on the back seat of your bike, like that. And that, guys, I'm not even going to full tension it yet, really, to be fair with you, is kind of where it sits, and that's it. So that's your 20. Alright.
And, oh sorry, your 30 litre. And your 2 10s either side. So from a riding perspective, that's what you're going to be. These are quite useful, these hoops here as well, because what they can do is act as extra restraining points. But as you can see from that, that's solid. Yeah, you're going to have a little bit of movement in it because it's natural to do that. But yeah, exactly the same at the back with these sort of restraining points here. And again, you tidy all these loose ends up into your baggage, all right, with the strap that he sort of comes with. And that's the bag system put onto my GSX-R 1000R. Hopefully you get a fairly good perspective of what that looks like. I think it's a really good system if you want my honest opinion. And again, what I want to do when the weather's good is get out there and just ride it and just test it. If you've got rock straps or anything like that, nothing stops you putting any additional strapping on to make you feel a bit confident. Get it onto your peg corners here if you want to bring them down here or from the back. All right, but invariably that, although it looks like it's shoving all over the place at the moment, it's because I've still got to make sure it's nice and tight to the bike, to be honest. And it's all anchored under the seat. As you can see under there where the buckles go in, they go in the seat. So nothing is touching your paintwork, which is fantastic. And again, like I said, it's an ideal solution to sort of carrying your bags. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I hope you like the review, guys. Yeah. It's the same bag. It feels like it's exactly the same sort of quality as well. But you can make your own interpretation out of the video I've just made. Alright guys, listen, all the best. Thanks for your time and effort. EBR here, and I will speak to you soon.